All right. So to start today's stretch, we're going to focus all on posture today. So we're going to be sitting, or I'm going to be sitting. If you want, you could do the standing too, but sitting will work well. And my goal is to get my lower back as close to the wall as possible, my head back on the wall, my hands out, palms forward, right there, and just find a way that you get nice and comfortable. So right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on posture. So you want to make sure the head's back touching the wall. If you find your head is off the wall and you can't get it back without lifting your chin very high, it just puts a little pillow or something, a roll towel back behind the neck as well. But if you can get it without it, you can put your head back, hands right there, chest nice and high, chin's tucked in. Now this posture right here, you're going to feel elongating through your neck as well. You could also put your legs straight out forward if that's more comfortable as well. So wherever you're comfortable. So we're going to start right there. Chest is high, shoulders are back, hands are down, kind of like capital A side right there. And I'm just going to push the back of my hands into the wall, reset my shoulder blades so they're pressed flat up against the wall, stomach's in nice and tight, head's pressing in. And you're actually going to feel some of the low back muscles, the mid back muscles, head muscles, neck muscles, all kind of start to engage to pull you back into that wall. As we're all typing on computers or laptops, even worse if your workstation at home is not great, we all start to fall forward. So we really want to think shoulders back, head back, push into the wall. Nice 10 seconds, real hard push. Feel the back muscles engage. Head's pushing into the wall. That's where a little bit of towel makes it a little bit nicer if you want. So it's not as pressure on your back of your head, but you're just pushing into it right there. From there, we're just going to change our angles. We're going to bring our hands up so they're about parallel to the ground and push back in as well. So pushing back against the wall, driving my hands, my head back against the wall. I'm feeling this in my upper back. So I'm strengthening. At the same time, I'm actually stretching my chest slightly. But it's teaching my body to be, this is the posture I want, even when I walk away from the wall. So right up there. Now we're going to go a little bit higher than shoulders. This will get a little bit harder to hold that position. Shoulders might tire out a little bit, but you're same thing. You're pushing the backs of your hands against the wall. Pushing nice and hard. Now this last one, I'll drop the shoulders, shake them out for a second. Then last one, we're going to go thumbs right back. Try to reach those hands all the way back to the wall if you can, or thumbs pointing towards the wall, depending on what your flexibility is. You're reaching as high as you can at the same time. So I'm reaching up and thumbs back. Really teaching my back to stretch out, to open up, to work and hold those shoulders in place so my head's not falling forward. When we fall into a forward head posture, our necks really tend to get sore, tight, and hold a lot of tension. All right, come down, relax. Now we're just going to go through that with a little bit of movement. So I'm just going to go thumbs up, and I'm going to go right back, reaching back, come back down, up and down. So we're just going to kind of move that, get those back muscles lit up so they feel, okay, this is how I should be working throughout my day. Right through that. Nice long stretch and up and down. We're just kind of going to keep through that movement. Head stays in a good posture, looking straight forward. Right there. Now we're going to go into a Y. So we're going to go thumbs back, but into a Y position. So up and down. So down, come up, then open up my Y. Try to get my thumbs right back to the wall. So these exercises are really going to open up the chest, open up the back, make the back muscles work to keep our head in a better posture so our neck feels better all day long. All right, coming down, relaxing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the right arm up high, left arm down low. Again, palm or back of the hands against the wall. Now I'm just going to bring my right ear towards my right shoulder. So I feel that stretch all through maybe my upper mid back and through the neck on the left side. So I'm thinking reaching at an angle. So I'm reaching high at 45-degree angle with my right hand and low 45 degree at the bottom hand, the left hand. And I'm going to relax them, shake out the shoulders, then just switch. So the left hand comes up about 45 degrees, bottom hand comes, I guess it's 920 degrees roughly, and roughly reaching out right there. Just extending both sides. Now I'm going to bring my left ear towards my left shoulder. My head hasn't left the wall. I'm still up nice and tall in that posture. Left ear, left shoulder's going to that left ear, really reaching. All right, now relax it, bring it back to center. Shake out those shoulders, roll them backwards. You're going to feel a lot of tension because we've really opened up and engaged those mid back, upper back muscles to help our posture improve. So we're just going to roll them back right there, shake them out. Give yourself a big hug, open up, cross arms. There's a big hug. Now, this one, we're just going to fold forward and collapse. So I'm trying to bring my hips as close to the wall as I can, and I'm just going to fall. Let my head fall, my shoulders fall, my chest fall, and depending on your flexibility, your nose might be touching your knees, or you might be 1.5 feet away, kind of like me. You're just kind of resting and dropping into that. This time, we're allowing it all to relax because we just made the mid back and upper back work. Now we're going to come back to it, head back up, right into the wall, straighten out, chest comes up, shoulder blades come back. This time we're going to go hands at kind of in that freeze position or 90-degree angles at the elbows but a little bit lower than your shoulder. And all we're going to do is work on some of those external rotators. So we're going to bring the hands so they're flat, pushing towards the ground and roll them back. So we're just going to kind of roll these shoulders. We're working our external rotator muscles at the same time as we're stretching our internal rotator muscles that pull us forward. So head's back, shoulders are back, stomach's in nice and tight. So I'm stretching and strengthening through some of these exercises. Rolling back, let those shoulders work. You're going to feel this kind of deep underneath the shoulder blades possibly. Right there. Then relax, let it shake out. All right, drop the shoulders for a second. All right, let's roll them forward, then roll them backwards. Right there. So from there, now we're going to go into our neck a little bit to get a little bit deeper. So goal is get your butt as close to the wall as you can, back against the wall, but just drop the chin down with your head barely leaving the wall. Just drop it slowly, and it keeps working its way further and further from the wall, or you just keep dropping in, down, chin to your chest as much as possible. Dropping now, you're rounding the upper back. We're falling, we're completely collapsing. Now we're going to bring it back. So slowly, one vertebrae at a time, we're coming up to the correct posture, upright posture. Coming up, head comes back. Remember, chin shouldn't be up. Keep that head straight forward because this is where we want to teach the head to be. Right over, so our cheekbones are over our collarbones. Want to be right there. Pressing back. Now let's roll the hands down too. So our hands are down and we're rolling them back with us. Really to work that back muscles between those shoulders. And let's collapse again. So they all come down. Right there, just collapse in. And elbows back up and roll everything back one last time. Rolling back right there, pushing way back with those hands. Chest comes up, think stomach comes in real tight, holding. And relax. So from there, we've really worked a lot of our upper back. So now the goal is to try to pivot and get the whole back of the body. So we're going to try to lean here from the low waist. So I don't want you to collapse this time. I want you to think you're leaning forward from the low waist. And sometimes, personally, I find it easier to use my hands back behind me, open up so my chest stays open, and I could push my hands to kind of keep that stretch happening as much as possible. So I'm not rounding here. I'm focused. My chest is pushing outwards. My shoulders are pulling back, and I'm bending at that waist. So however far you can go, it really depends on your flexibility. And I like to use my hands as extra support to help push me forward. Get a little bit more stretch here if you focus on pulling those toes in towards your knees as well. Just going to hold that for 20 seconds. Chest stays high and relax, kind of bundle in. Give yourself a big hug. Hug those knees. Then go back out again. So legs come back out, chest comes up. Right there, chest is high, head's high. And from this position, we're actually going to go and start opening up our hip flexors. So we're going to push our hips up high, shoulders are back, head falls in line. So you're ideally nice and straight, right? So your hips aren't arching, so your low back's not arching. You're right here. You're using those glute muscles, pointing the toes. All right, then come back down, hips fall, hands slide forward towards the toes, and you're going to stretch it out. Then we're going to come right back and stretch those hip flexors up. So hips come up, stomach comes in real tight. Then drop back down again, slide those hands forward, slide them back, chest comes up, hips come up, head's back. Right there, and drop, and we'll do one more. So hands slide forward, hands slide back, chest comes up, hips come up, head's back. Nice and hold in that position right there. Right. This, you should feel your glute muscles, so the butt muscles holding you, your hamstrings, the back of the legs, your arms, your shoulders are going to be working as well. Drop down slowly and right there. So from there, we're actually going to go across the leg if you can. If you can't cross your legs well, just bring them out, maybe even feet facing each other close, wherever you're comfortable, whether it's a tight cross, a loose cross, or whatnot. Then from there, we're going to go hands down in front and just walk our fingertips further away. This is going to stretch out glutes, low back, kind of depending on where you're the tightest in your hip, however you feel it. Take a nice deep breath. In, exhale. Now walk those fingers a little bit further forward. Big inhale. Exhale. Walk those fingers a little bit farther forward. Big inhale. Exhale. And just collapse. Collapse right into it, relaxing as much as you can. Coming up from that, if your legs are crossed, bring them in close, give them a squeeze, and collapse in there too. Sometimes that changes the hip angle or where you feel the stretch from a hip to a low back or to a glute. It changes a bit. And open back up, chest back up, nice and high. I'm going to scoot back to the wall and really work back into my posture because we spent all this time on the back work, but I wanted to relax it again. But I want us to leave at the end of the stretch break back in good posture. So our head's against the wall, shoulders against the wall, hands pushing back. Right there, come hands together, bring them back, push them into the wall. Real hard this time. Push them into the wall real hard, pushing the chest as high as you can. Head's back. Like I said, if you need it, you put a towel behind your head and you could actually push your head into the wall as well to engage some of those deep neck muscles. Stomach's in tight. I'm pushing hard into the wall with my head. My shoulder blades are going into the wall. My back of my hands are pressing hard into the wall. And relax. Take a deep breath. Let's try it again. So hands are coming up about parallel to the ground. My head's pushing into the wall. My shoulders are pressed into the wall. My stomach's drawn in tight, pulling that belly button towards the spine, pressing my hands in back of the hands into the wall, pressing, pressing, pressing. Head's pressing into the wall. And relax. Let it drop down. Take a nice deep breath in. And an exhale. And we'll go one last one. Hands up, pressing into the wall, shoulders pressing into the wall, backs pressing. Now you're trying to press everything against that wall as hard as you can. We're going to hold it this time for a good 10 seconds, pressing in, heads pressing, hands are pressing, low backs pressing. Stomach's pulled in real tight. Shoulders are pressing into the wall. Everything's pushing back as much as you can. Should start feeling a little bit of shakes with the body because all those muscles are really engaging. They're not used to holding us that tight for that long. And relax, come down. The head come away from the wall. Shake out, roll those shoulders. All right, now just hands down by your side. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Make sure we relax the neck so we can start the rest of our day feeling really good. Come up straight. Now, left ear to the left shoulder. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. And relax. So this is just a way to reset your posture. It's good if you can. If you're spending a lot of time falling forward, working at a desk, over a laptop, if your screen monitors are far, whatever it is, pushing a shopping cart, holding a stroller, a child, whatever, we fall forward so often. So it's just a good way to think, bring back, reset, and go from there. And usually you want the backs of your palms or the back of your hands pressed against the wall. And you could try different angles to feel what feels right for you or what works your body personally the best.